I quite enjoyed the first Monster Hunter Stories game, but it definitely felt like a tutorial for the sequel. I recently finished the second game and I'm finally ready to talk about and give my thoughts on it. Every video I mention how big of a modern Capcom fan I am. It's a must now. I need to mention CapGod every time. For me, they haven't missed since 2017's RE7 Biohazard. And I try to play every game they release in the modern times. But honestly, I miss Monster Hunter Stories too. It looked really interesting, and being a big Monster Hunter fan, I was intrigued. So I picked up the bundle that came with both Stories games. I have finished it, and man, wow, this was a lot better. If you don't know what the Monster Hunter Stories series is, they are a turn-based RPG spin-off of the mainline Monster Hunter games. Once again, developed by Capcom and Marvelous, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin released in 2021 on the Nintendo Switch and PC, and got ported over to the PlayStation after a few years. So the gameplay you will see in this video is captured on a base PS5. Let's begin with the combat. The combat in this game is quite addicting. Like the first game, the turn-based gameplay is here, and like every sequel, it is expanded upon. It feels more thought out, it has more depth, and the overall presentation was amazing to look at. I gotta say, I'm not a turn-based gamer. I usually don't really enjoy them and get bored after a while. Pokemon and Final Fantasy are the only turn-based games I really enjoyed, so I was hesitant playing Stories games. The first one proved me wrong, and the second one is even better. The turn-based combat uses a rock paper scissors system. Power will win against technical, technical will win against speed, and speed will win against power. It is pretty easy to understand, while what makes it challenging is that the monsters you face against will switch up their attack type mid-battle, so you need to memorize their attack patterns like you would with the mainline games. I did struggle to memorize all of the monsters' attacks, but once I did, it just became a muscle memory and I was beating them with ease. There's quite a lot of abilities you and your monsters can do. Your character has special moves that cost kinship gauge. These can be attacks with more damage or attacks with specific attack type. The same goes for the monsters too. Each monster has a normal attack and special attacks that will cost kinship gauge. The more you use special attacks, the more your kinship gauge will deplete. But if you let it build, then you can use kinship skills. These are more powerful attacks that you can pull off while riding your monster. I was really happy with how the animations came out for this game. You can tell visually they have been updated compared to the first one. It is much more badass and pleasing to the eye now. Plus, some of the animations really look like a scene from an exciting anime. As per other games, Monster Hunter Stories 2 feature various weapon types. Great Sword, Sword and Shield, Hammer, Hunting Horn, Bow, and Gun Lance. I used all of them and they do function like they did with the mainline games. Usually Hunting Horn and Gun Lance are my jam, and it proved even more that I don't like playing with those weapons in this game as well. I went with Great Sword and Hammer for most of the time. You can carry up to 3 weapons, so switching between them on the go was super convenient. All monsters will have weaknesses to some weapons in their body parts, like the tail being easier to cut with a sharp weapon or the head having weakness to hammers. So bringing 3 weapons to battles and switching between them felt satisfying. Like the first game, you can also speed up battles in this game, which I really loved. The battles and the weapons were really well made, but how were the monsters? They were quite good too. Seeing more unique monsters from the Monster Hunter Stories 3 trailers got me more excited to play the game, but this game has some good variety too. The sizes still bother me though. Being scaled down looks cute, but it is really ridiculous. I'm glad the third game is fixing that because the sizes look way more accurate now. Stealing the monsters' eggs and hatching them is an addictive mechanic. It is literally like Pokemon. You hatch them, name them, and level them up. These monsters are actually called Monsties, like in the first game. Well, the ones that you befriend are called that because they are your monster bestie. Yes, that is the explanation, and I love it. You can upgrade your character as well. It's an RPG after all. There are many weapons and armors to craft, with each having elemental effects or skills. Equipping useful charms will also benefit your playthrough. The world and the exploration is good enough that it kept me engaged, but I wish there were more things to do or made exploring more rewarding. Like the monster dance really felt disappointing. Generally, they all look the exact same. I wish they would have switched up or changed the layout so they looked more unique. Exploring while riding your monsters was similar to the first game. I do like how fast we could switch between monsters, but still, it felt boring. I wish the game was more creative and had more traversal options. In this game, there are many quests to do, and I did appreciate that. They are easy to finish and help you level up fast. Even if they were fun, I gotta say, it did get overwhelming at times, as there were so many quests to be done. The graphics in this game are really good, the cel shaded style makes a return but everything looks sharper, and the colors just pop more. Plus, I have not experienced any bug or glitch, so they have optimized it well for the PlayStation console. So, the gameplay and the overall presentation were a big step up from the first game, and I really enjoyed playing through this game. But how's the story and the characters? Like the rest of the game, they are an improvement over the first game. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin takes place in a world where humans and monsters coexist, but not in the usual hunter-prey dynamic we know from the mainline Monster Hunter series. Instead, this game, like the first one, focuses on riders, people who form bonds with monsties, through a mystical item known as the Kinship Stone. You play as the grandchild of the legendary rider Red, a beloved hero who once protected his village alongside his partner monster Guardian Rata. You can see, it's quite cliche, but it works. The story revolves around a Rathalos mysteriously vanishing from the world and strange pits appearing across the land with glowing red light that causes monsters to become enraged and violent. Pretty similar to the first game, but a big step up. And I gotta say, I love how more grown up this game felt. It took itself more serious, the characters weren't trying to be goofy or making jokes like the first game every 2 seconds. This game knew what kind of a story it was trying to tell, and I was really invested. I love the concept of riders. A group of people who refuse to hunt monsters like the ones in the mainline games, but instead befriend them, brought a good contrast and deepened the lore of this world. Talking about the world, this world and the main setting were really pretty. I liked how different the main camp felt compared to the first game. In the first game, you are from a group of riders that resembled Nordic tribes, and in this one, it was Polynesian based. I think this was a great way to set these tribes apart both visually and story-wise. The characters in this game are really well written as well, and are way better this time around. They actually feel like real human beings. Some of them aren't human, but you know what I mean. Rather than a caricature, and yes, Navru is back, which I really hated in the first game, but I'm happy to report that he did not get on my nerves this time around. Throughout the story, you'll team up with likable companions like Enna and Kaina. I gotta say, this game really does have a good cast of characters. So, overall, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin is a big step up compared to the first game. The turn-based combat is really fun, but the real highlight for me is hatching and upgrading your monsties. It was an addicting loop like Pokemon. The exploration was alright at best, I wish there were more things to do in the world. But I really enjoyed the story and how the tone felt more mature. I'm sure the third game will even be better, but I'm happy I have played both of these games before the new one. I really enjoyed my time with this game and I will give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Let me know down below, what did you think of Monster Hunter Stories 2? And are you excited for the next game? As always, thanks for watching and I'll see everyone on the next video.